TinkerCAD tips. Hey, I wanted to bring to everyone's attention a sort of a glitch or a quirk that we've discovered with bundle and union grouping in TinkerCAD. This is kind of important. A couple of people have run across this. I've done some toying with this morning and have verified that there's sort of a, you'd call it a bug. And I've set up this example here to demonstrate it. So I have this rectangle and I have these other objects. I have some holes. I have this cylinder solid with a hole through it. And the problems happen when you have a hole within a solid that you're going to be grouping. So let me show you what that issue is. Let me show you an example that works. Right now, all of these objects on the right are all independent. They're not part of any bundling. So I'm going to do a quick duplicate, and I'm going to shift nudge these over, bring them down onto this other solid here. Okay. I'm going to select all of those items, and I'm going to do a regular union grouping. Note that this hole cut through this solid cylinder and everything was grouped normally. All right, let's do another example. Let me delete this stuff here. Now, if I go over here and I do any bundling involving this, we have sort of an issue. Let me show you a couple examples here. I'm going to select all of this. I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it. Then I'm going to use Bundle. Notice that it's highlighted in green. I'm going to shift nudge this over a bit. Okay. Now if I select all of those and do a regular union grouping, which should cut all of the holes into the solids, note that the hole cylinder in this didn't cut through. That's sort of a glitch. Let's reverse that again, undo it. We'll delete that. Now, there are some examples that do work. Let's come back here. Everything is separate again. I'm going to select those 6 blocks. Control D. I'm going to bundle. I'm going to move those over. Now, these holes are not within another solid. So if I select all of those and do a union grouping, they cut through just like you would expect. Let's delete those. I could even do this. If I select these 2, and I'm going to do a bundle group, the rest of these are all independent. So I'm going to take all of this, Control D, nudge this over a bit here. Select all of those, and I do a union grouping. Note, once again, this hole was not cut through this solid. So you really have to watch for these examples where you have a hole within a solid that's part of what you're doing in a union grouping. So best practice, I guess, would be to make sure that none of these situations are grouped in any way, or you have to do a union grouping prior. Let's go back to this. Let's ungroup that for a second. Let me select all of that. Okay, get rid of that. We'll come back to this and this. If I go ahead and do a union grouping, then select all of that, move that over, of course, this will work. Select all of those, union grouping. So just be aware that there's sometimes issues when you have holes within solids and then that is grouped or a bundle grouped in any way, and you bring that over to do your final merge to cut in, that it may not always work. So, quick TinkerCAD tip. If any of you guys have experienced this, drop a comment. As always, please like, follow, and repost my videos. It really helps with the algorithm. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and maybe the good folks at Autodesk will get this corrected.